Everybody to the meeting. Let's get this meeting started. We're going to do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The prayer.
Lord, thank you for the opportunity you've given us to be here tonight. Lord, we're thankful for the season that we're in. We celebrate the birth of the Son, Jesus Christ. And Lord, I pray that there be somebody here who needs a special touch from you tonight, whether it be emotionally or physically, Lord, you provide it. And also send your spirit with us to guide and direct in the decisions that are made here tonight. May everything is said and done be beneficial to the kingdom and pleasing to you. And we give you all the praise and all the glory for it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, roll call. Floyd.
Here.
Byron.
Here.
Brenda. Here. Jenny.
Here.
Who said here? Jenny. Jimmy. Whatever. You're both here.
Not all there, but we're here.
I'm telling you, we're going to have to separate you two so Gloria can keep that straight. Oh, all right. So everybody needs to look over the minutes and the claims, please.
You know, we hit $3 million, first time, second time this year. If you look at your statements, at the last of them, yeah. So that's $3 million. Then we got one more month to go.
Now, you do realize that those are like 6 months behind, is that correct? Gloria? The billing is like 6 months behind, is that correct?
The billing?
Like the claims, I mean, all of that stuff, like the bank recs and everything, they can go back for,
Yeah, well, the preparation report and the claims are, preparation report is for this month,
right?
and the claims are for this month too,
Right.
But this after we paid all the claims,
that I've got right now.
that's what's said on there.
But there are bank recs out, right?
$3,067,873.
There are still bank recs out, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Just
the
letting
bank,
you know.
we're still working on some bank recs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what we show.
So the minutes and the claims, do you have any questions on that? Floyd, are you still looking? Is everybody still looking?
No.
You done, Myron?
Yeah.
You got any questions?
No.
Jimmy, are you still looking at claims or minutes?
I'm looking.
Okay, you got any questions?
No, I just
Jenny,
think
you got
that's
any
$3 million.
questions?
I had a question, but Alex answered it.
Okay. Okay, so I just need a motion to approve the consent agenda. I need a
I'll make a
motion.
motion to approve the consent agenda.
There is a motion on the floor by Jenny Phillips to approve the consent agenda, which is the minutes and the claims. I need a second. Floyd will second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? So the minutes and the claims have been taken care of. So unfinished business. We have municipal utility account administration ordinance.
Give you guys all copies.
Okay.
This was introduced last month.
It was introduced last
Have any
month.
changes
months
been
ago.
made since then?
It was introduced 2 months ago. There were changes made last month, so it was amended, but it was not voted on last month, so it was amended, so it needs to be.
So we need two motions, one to accept the amended version and then to approve.
Yes.
So I need a motion to accept the amended ordinance, which is 2025-3, which is the municipal utility account administration ordinance.
I make a motion to accept.
Okay, so Byron makes the motion to accept it. I need a second.
I'll second.
Lloyd will second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And now we need a motion to approve the same ordinance.
I'll make the motion to approve this.
Jimmy will make the motion on the table to approve ordinance, municipal utility account administration ordinance 2025-3. I need a second.
Second.
Byron will second it. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays?
Did the first motion.
Jimmy did the first, Byron did the second.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So that ordinance has passed. We have our next ordinance is equipment rate ordinance. So we again, it was introduced a couple months ago. It wasn't voted on last time, so I need a motion to accept, right? or
The amended version.
right, the amended version, which is 2025-4, which is an ordinance amending the abandoned vehicles, trash, garbage, and rubbish, and puts a rate on there. We need a motion to accept, please.
I make a motion to accept.
Byron has a motion on the table to
I had
accept.
a discussion, on this.
Sure, you can.
Yeah, this here's an ordinance on weeds and stuff. Are we gonna charge these people $1,150 to cut their weeds?
No, listen, we just didn't have
Or
a,
what's,
we had this ordinance before, the only thing that we did was added money to it because a fine, and it starts off at the discretion of the police, they'll start low, and it can go up to that if they don't do something to fix the
so
issue.
if you charge them then you can get administrative fee $200, tax lien fee $100, employee labor $50, supervisor labor $100, police labor $75, blower whip $25 an hour, mower trailer vehicle $50 an hour, dump truck $100 per hour, tractor mower basket skid steer $150 per hour, street sweeper $150 per hour, and mower.
Depending on what they use, any of those can apply, but not all of them will apply. It depends on the situation and what they, so if they have to go, if they leave somebody a notice and said, please trim your trees so that it's not blocking the stop sign, and they don't do it, and then they have to use, whatever they have to use, that's what they can charge the
Okay, the old ordinance says the police gives you a report, if you don't do it 10 days, they come down and do it and they charge you.
they come down and charge you, yes, but they get plenty of notice first.
So I said, but
Yes.
now, you can charge them up to $1,150.
You could, but it doesn't mean that you would, it depends on the situation.
So
It-
start with
Start small,
the police,
yeah.
then you send down there somebody to cut the weed.
Yes, yes. So I need a second to accept this.
I second it.
Jenny seconds it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any nays? And now I need a motion to, that was, what do I need the second one? What is the second one for, Mara?
Did you amend the park fine ordinance since it was introduced?
Yes, we
Yep, so
did.
same thing.
Okay, so I know I did the first one. I
Accept
lost.
the amended version.
So now we need a motion to accept the amended version
Of what we just.
of what we just talked about, yes, which is the 2025-4 trash. So I need to accept it now, so I need a motion to accept. The first one was to,
So it was, again, it was amended as well, because we didn't have all the proper rates in.
all of these were, yeah.
So,
Right, we're on 2025-6.
no, no,
No, we're on 2025-4.
You already accepted the amended version
no,
of
no, no.
that.
We
accepted
had
it.
to amend it as well, because we did not have the proper rates in there 2 months ago when we wrote it.
We have 4 of them. We just did 2025-3, which was the municipal utility
Three,
account.
no,
Now we're on,
hold on a second. 3 and 4 were both written 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
4, when we wrote 4, we did not have all of the proper rates in it, so we
Yeah, I'm
had,
saying they already motioned and voted to accept that amended version of that.
yes, but it still needs to be approved. Right, so somebody needs to make the motion to approve.
so we just approved 20, no?
You need to approve this one. You accepted the amendments,
Okay.
so you need to approve.
So I need a motion to approve that same ordinance. Jenny, did you give me a motion to approve?
Yes.
Yes. So there's a motion on the table to approve 2025-4's amended ordinance. I need a second.
I'll second.
Floyd will second it.
This is the second time. We've already amended it, right? And now we're giving.
Now
This is
we're
the approval
approving, yes.
of 4.
Okay, Floyd seconded it. and
Yes, Jenny made the motion to accept. Floyd seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No. Okay, so that passed. Now, 2025-6 is an ordinance amending 2013-7, an ordinance that establishes hours in the park.
This one is not amended.
So I need a motion to amend.
No, this one
No.
is.
It's not amended, so
This
it
is
just needs an
approved.
approval.
Okay, so this is not amended. Okay, it doesn't need amended. Okay, so I need a motion to approve 2025-6, the ordinance that amended 2013-7 and added a fee in there for the police.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Jenny makes a motion to accept, and Jimmy will second it, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. All right,
It's approved.
it is approved, yes.
2025-6.
Okay. That one, and that one, and that one. Okay, so I have two of these, what's the deal here?
This is the one that we introduced last month. I don't know.
I have, you talking about the salary ordinance? Okay, we have one that is with the 3%, and then we have one that's from last year. So I don't know, you guys said you was gonna talk about it. And our budget did get approved. You know, they accepted it. I
Right,
got the
okay.
notice back.
All right. So we talked about,
So this one was introduced last month.
Right.
This would be of the 3% increase.
Yeah.
okay, we introduced the one without the 3%, and I told Byron that we would table it and talk about it. So we need to decide again whether we're going to accept the no raises until July, and then we will present it again in July, or if we're going to accept the 3% raises. Then I need a motion to accept one or the other.
I make a motion, we accept the raises. We got $3 million in the pot, let's get the raises. How much money?
Okay. I think you're misunderstanding. I believe he's misunderstanding now. It's on the end of the, if you look at this, if you look at the, here, I'll give you these to look at. So he's looking at the end, are you looking at the end of the appropriation report, Jimmy?
Yeah, the very end of it.
Well, the preparation report is, look
I'm not
at
reading the appropriation report, I'm reading the accounts
He's
payable.
reading this right here, right here.
This is what I'm
The
reading.
accounts payable one,
Yeah,
Brenda.
that's the bills and everything.
I don't think we have, well, this is some of this.
Okay, so,
I go by the fund, because the fund is what we actually have in the fund. The appropriation, so it shows what we've spent for this month.
Does that say your current balance?
That's in our ordinance.
you wanna see it? So
Oh,
what he's seeing is, under this funds report,
There's one that's the June right here, and there's one that's like a money market, and I didn't even add to it.
that's the funds report right
You
here.
got about $9 in your general fund.
Let's see, there's two, then I put in the extra donations. The general's the main one.
In conjunction, there you go. The bank transfer, we've already had this discussion.
Brenda, it's a matter of procedure. There's a floating motion on the table, I believe, to substitute
There's a motion on the,
2025-7 with the amended version, so you need to call for a
so,
second.
do I have a second, or are we gonna go with the other one? So if I don't get a second, then we can vote on the other one, it's up to you guys.
Well, I was gonna vote for this, but circumstances coming up later in the board meeting, I'm going to go against the raise right now because we're gonna need our money.
So there is no second. So then, do I have a motion on the table to accept the salary ordinance that does not extend the 3% raise?
I make a motion to accept the non.
Okay, I have a motion on the table to accept the non-raise, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Lloyd seconds it, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Jimmy's
No.
a no. It still passes. So, the salary ordinance for 2026 does not extend the 3% raise then. And the tabled business was that, it's not on here, but that's what we had tabled, was we were going to talk about that. We need to elect officers for starting in January, so I need a motion for president, and I need a motion for vice president.
I make a motion that Brenda stays president.
I have a motion on the table for me to stay president.
I
I
say,
second it.
Jenny seconds it, or Jenny seconds it, either one, Jenny.
you can have this.
Jenny seconds it.
I'll
So
put
all in
Jimmy
favor
in
say
there.
aye.
Aye.
Aye, any nays?
Aye.
Okay, and then I need a motion for president, or vice president, and I motion for Byron to be vice president,
I say.
and Jimmy will second it. All in favor, say aye.
My turn.
Who motioned it?
I motioned it.
Okay.
And
So I
Jimmy
should-
seconded it, so all in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Good. Okay, congratulations.
That was
Okay,
sneaky and
so-
underhanded, did it while I was reading, not paying attention.
Okay, and then I'm saying, so you're gonna stay over the fire department, Floyd, is that okay with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Byron, you still over water?
Yeah.
Jenny still over parks?
Yep.
You'll still be over sewer?
Yeah.
And I'll still be
Sounds
over the
good.
streets and the police, that's fine with me. Okay. So let's start with, is Seth here? Okay, let's start with streets and water, please.
Oh, I got quite a bit. Sorry. Started out water.
Thank you.
So for water, back in July, IDEM came in. We got cited for a few things. They provided us a list requiring corrective action after the inspection. Since then, we've steadily addressed them and resolved each one as we can as we're going down the line. A majority of them have already been completed. One that we just got knocked off was generator maintenance. Eva Park came in, as Ted talked about, and maintenance for generators. So this is a part that they identified as bad on the generator. It's just a transfer switch. It costs $4,235. I am not asking, hold on. I'm not asking you guys to spend that. It's an inexpensive transfer switch. I can go out once a week and cycle the machine. It does not need to be replaced. The IDEM guy was cool with it. As long as I keep a maintenance log, he said we're all good.
And how long will it last though with you doing that?
I go out weekly.
I know,
every week.
but with you going out weekly, how, will it last a long time with you doing that before we have to replace it?
We won't have to replace it
Okay.
as long as I continue to go out.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
So save that. That was good. We just finished up working. We got dinged for more than a 25% water loss. So this weekend actually, we just finished up the water loss component data. Enough data has finally been collected, allowing us to formally bring this forward and evaluate and figure out what you guys want to do next with this.
So that's a Baker Tilly thing though, right? Baker Tilly will not address that when they do this rate study?
Well, they will. I don't know if you're wanting to wait to address this.
So what about Alliance, can they come in and do the
More
other
than
study for that then,
A
again?
25%
Okay.
loss
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that for a month?
for the year.
So we
How
can,
many gallons
Right,
was
Ted?
it?
Yes,
so we can have Alliance come in and do, I can provide them with all the paperwork again, and they can attempt to do the study again, right?
yes. What's,
Because of films? Or
So the
What's
25% loss, what do we think is a culprit to?
I don't know. That's the
it-
thing.
basically, it's a water loss, so there's leakage in the pipes
So
somewhere.
they're saying
And-
it's system leakage.
Yes, and so basically in the audits, the water loss audits are done by IDEM every other year and stuff. So 2019 and 2021, we were okay. 2023 is when we noticed that there was about a 40% loss. And when Seth and Jess ran the numbers with the new meters and everything else, we thought maybe it was a meter with the old meters and stuff, but with the new meters, that 40% loss is still showing up in the records.
As 40 or 25 now?
Well, can I
I'm
get through
confused.
this? Let me speak, then
Okay.
we'll get there.
Okay.
So through the data, we lost approximately 12 million gallons of water this year.
Wow.
So at that current water rate, as one individual getting that rate of 12 million, just water charge alone, not sewer charges or any other associated fees, that was $50,000 lost revenue. And then if you add in the sewer charges, that would have been an additional $63,000, $48.61, totaling $113,224 the town of
In a
Redkey
year?
lost last
I'm
year. This
devastated.
year.
I'm devastated.
This year.
That would pay everybody's water bill for a month and a half.
Everybody could have got a free water month for their birthday, Jimmy.
So putting in the new meters, did it help at all? Because we had some that were leaking in the pits, right? And you guys
Correct.
fixed a lot of those
This
meters.
isn't a new meter problem, this is a leak in the main somewhere, or in a valve in the main. This is not a residential
Issue.
issue, there's no way every house in Redkey could run their water wide open for a month and not accumulate that much water loss.
Okay.
This
So,
is serious stuff.
what is our,
So
What was
really,
our
I didn't
fix?
know. Yeah, I didn't really know the right procedures to go. So just yesterday, Ted and myself reached out to a company called GPRS. We discussed our concerns, our issues, possibly ways that they could attack it. Today, actually, we had a Teams meeting before this meeting. We went over a lot of information. They proposed 3 different options. So they could come in and they could do a feasible study, which would basically be they would come in for 1 or 2 days and we would give them our top 10 concerned areas and they would put all of their attention to that. And after the 2 days, come back with us with what they found and ask if we want them to continue. Second option, they come in and do an entire town leak study. They think we have about 9.5 miles of pipe under the ground, about 55,000 linear feet. They think that'll take about 10 to 15 days to come in and do the entire town. And that's just a leak study. Option 3, and the final option, which was kind of a bundle deal and would be very nice to have because we don't have any mapping really. We have some old maps of certain projects that were done, but we actually do not have a map of our complete water system. So the option 3 was they come out, they do an entire town leak study, and then when they're finished with the leak study, they go back and they map everything out. They map everything from the water lines to the tap offs, the main, to the hydrants, to the valves. And then the best part that I thought of all this is they work with a, what was it called? Sorry. Site map, I think it was called. All of this data that they get will get compiled into their GIS system, and their GIS system is able to automatically transfer that data into our Silversmith GIS. So
now break the cost to me gently, what is it?
I don't have that yet. We've sent him some more documents today. He's working on getting us a formal quote for multiple options, and then I will bring it out to you guys.
So when you do come in and tell me, will you tell me everything like that?
I can.
So I would not do it publicly. First and foremost, I would not put that number out publicly
So that
because,
you get them.
because you were gonna wanna get other
Right.
quotes. I would actually put an RFP together and I'd be more than happy to help both of you put that RFP together so we can go out and get a couple more quotes for a couple more companies to go out and do that. Because there might be a couple other companies that we wanna check in
Absolutely.
and look at to do that.
They were just the first ones we
Yeah,
reached out to.
absolutely.
Hit them up on Monday. They were
Right.
very responsive.
No, I
So-
think that's good.
So it's underground somewhere in the town,
Yeah.
and it could be more than one leak,
Yes, it
correct?
could be multiple, but Ted has made a good point, and we talked with them about it, and they verified it, And in a lot of these situations, you can find your top 5, top 10 worst areas, and then that solves 80% of your issue.
Okay.
And then the rest can still be out in the distribution that we can slowly work on.
Can you read it every day, how many gallons you're using every day?
Yes, I get my daily
So you
compute.
turn in every day, how many gallons?
Yeah, I have to track all that information daily.
It's more than that though.
Is there some days it's way up there?
Some days.
The weekends less than the week?
Yeah, weekends are definitely less than the weekdays.
So the residents is using it during the weekends too?
Yeah,
So it's not coming from the residents more or less, it's appreciation.
it's somewhere in the distribution system.
Like if I use 3,000 gallons and what you're talking about and everything, that'd be a lot of people.
No, but Tim from Peerless came in and did a mag flow test on it and calibrated it, and we were within 2.5%. So yeah, we were all good there.
That's the daily gallon.
Yeah, cause I had purchased one, but we didn't need it, did we?
Correct.
Did we return that?
Master meter's good.
Yeah, and that's what they asked. The first 2 questions they said, how old your meters? Do you have 20-year-old meters. We said nope, freshly replaced this summer. Then they went to the mag meter and we told them it was calibrated in May.
Okay.
So,
Is this,
Losing any pressure?
Over 10 years.
nope,
Yeah, but it's been.
No pressure loss, but water loss.
yes.
That makes no sense.
Well, the way it's designed is it comes out of the plant right there into the main line. He flows off that hydrant. So he's only testing what's going through our mag meter, not out in the distribution.
That'd be something to check.
How much?
Because you gotta lose pressure if you're losing water.
So did you, and it's 40,
Wow.
we had a 40% water loss.
Not necessarily, because their wells could be running, their wells will be kicking on and backfilling the tower. So
But you gotta have some pressure loss.
we're losing
You have
a
to.
million gallons a
You
month.
can't just lose water and not lose pressure.
We're losing a
because
million
your
gallons a
tower,
month.
Yes, sir.
your tower will fill
So
and
that's
it'll
12
keep
million
it,
gallons a year.
in the municipal system, it'll keep it full enough that it'll just keep, they won't notice a discernible difference. It would have to drop significantly to have that big a difference. Because you're only gonna lose, and I can't remember, it's been enough years since I've taken the math. How many feet is, what's a foot pressure wise in your, I haven't done it in so long, but losing 8 foot only loses you
So you see that number?
like 1 to 2 pounds, and in the municipal system, you're just not gonna see it, so,
113.
so.
From the water, this is the total amount of water. we
Okay, well,
lost.
The-
we lost 11
the fire-
million, 727,189
Is
gallons.
the fire
Yes,
so
department
far this year.
metered,
This
like
is
when
the
they're
lost
filling
revenue.
trucks and everything
No,
else?
we don't meter them.
We should get a meter on the fire department, just so, I mean, even if we're not charging them,
Are
we
you hearing
should,
that, Mark?
we should just get a meter
Yeah,
on
we
it.
were talking about that earlier, we're keeping estimates of how much water we use, but
Yeah.
obviously they're estimates based off of how much we put in the truck.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's not-
that's
it's not
probably-
what it would be, but-
Yes.
right, I mean, that's not that it's gonna be all of this, but that's probably one of our large,
We don't have meters on our fire hydrants, do we?
Correct.
yeah. So,
But it's interesting that like the 2019 and 2021 data did not show that 40% loss. It only appeared in the 23 data, which we got in 2024. So it's been, it was suddenly, something that happened rather suddenly. And we do have some sections of town that have old pipes. So it's, I mean, and it's, we found the 40% use it with the old meters, and then now that we've got the new meters, that 40% loss is still there, so it's,
So it ain't the new meters then, is it?
No,
no,
it's somewhere in the distribution system.
Okay, so we're gonna work on that, and he'll get with you guys, the plan is that he'll get with you guys to work on
an RFP.
an RFP, and then we can get other quotes, okay?
Last thing, I just want to remind residents, with these cold spells, flash freezes, highly suggest you guys let your water drip. Ordinance 2020-4, section 15, you can start at, it states that the town shall reserve the right to determine when a meter shall be installed in the event of cold weather. The town water department shall make this determination. Meter pits will not be open to disconnect or reconnect water services whenever the temperature is below 20 degrees in order to prevent freezing and damaging the water line. I'm not going to continue to read because I go all the way to section 18. So, residents, there's that. Streets, everybody can probably tell, got the new plow on the truck. Hope everybody was satisfied with the roads. I feel like Ted and I did a very well job on it.
Congratulations, you guys did a very
Yeah,
good job.
good job.
Thank you for that.
Also, at the pole barn, in the back, there was an old junk salt spreader that was acquired many years ago, from what I understand. Looking those up, a small one is like $800. One that's on the back of the red truck costs about $3 grand. We've pulled it out, started to refurbish it. We have about $220 worth of parts put into it, and we have basically a brand new second salt spreader now.
Thank you, thank
So
you.
that's good to go.
The only other thing is that we did vote that we were gonna get those flashing lights for over on Red Barn Road.
That was my next thing.
Okay, and I know it's a little bit more,
Yeah.
so I need for us to approve a little bit more.
Yep, so the original quote I got for the 2 flashing lights at the 3-way was $1,000. As I reached out to that company, they have actually completely remodeled their website and did away with the red option. They now only offer amber, which is yellow. So I had to do some more surfing. I found another company that sells them. Their lights are a little bit nicer than what we were gonna be getting, but instead of $1,000, it'll be $1,400 now.
So I need a motion to approve, to increase it to to approve the $1,400 versus the $1,000 that we had already approved.
Is that for two or just?
It's for two, yeah.
That's all right.
It's exactly 1,400, or how much do you need?
When I put it into the quote, the tax exempt, 1,400 is what it gives me.
So not to exceed $1,450. So I need a motion to approve the flashing lights not to exceed $1,450 when we had already approved $1,000. So it's just $450 more. So Jimmy makes the motion to approve it. I need a second.
That's that.
Jenny will second it. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Okay. All right. Ted, you're up.
Well, there's a lot of things happening at the sewer plant, but just little things with the freezing weather. This plant is really not designed from 2018 when it was redesigned. It was not designed for cold weather and certainly not designed for minus or negative temperatures and stuff. So it's been a bit of a challenge to run it, but going forward, you guys with the details, it is running. The big news is about our project with the EPA to control flooding at the sewer plant. The EPA is sending down an engineering company, AECOM, in early January, together with the survey team from Wolford, the survey company. What they're going to do is they're going to map out our sewer system to also include elevations, the size of the sewers, and anything else. And so this is all in preparation to put flow meters strategically in various parts of the town to figure out where our flooding is coming from. And they're hoping to get those down by February or March so that we can catch an increase in flows in the sewer lines when the wet weather arrives in the spring. Another big thing that they're going to help us out with is an asset management plan. Now, an asset management plan is, in effect, a business plan for our utility. So one of the things they're looking at, and one of the reasons we signed an agreement with Baker Tilly is to say, how are we in terms of the finance? Are we actually in the red, or are we in the black? And so are we actually making money on our utility, the amount of water and sewer systems that we're selling? So that's going to be an important system. And this is important for a variety of reasons. First of all, when we get the results from the EPA study, we are going to need to apply for grants and other funding sources, and they will need an asset management plan to give us money. Second of all, the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission also demands that all utilities have an asset management plan. By 2026, we have to have at least a rudimentary asset management plan, and by 2030, it has to be fully implemented. So apart with the utility rate study to make sure that we're making money, we have to have things like a system map. So a map of all the water lines, sewer lines, and everything else. That sounds like something we should have, and you're right, it should be something that we have, but we don't. An inventory of all of our equipment that we need, like on Seth's water thing, for all the pumps that he has, for all the water tower and stuff like that. All an inventory of everything. What is its current status and stuff? Is it near the beginning of its life cycle? Is it towards the end of the life cycle? Are we allocating money to replace this system, especially if it's a critical system for that?
Is that all in the system map? Is that what you're?
No. The system map is a map of the water lines, sewer lines. This is an inventory of our assets. So we're talking pumps, we're talking the other major assets and stuff that we have.
Do they do this? Is this going to be incorporated in what they're doing
Part
of what we're going to be paying now?
Part of the mapping system is going to be done by Wolford, the survey team that's coming in here. a lot of this is actually gonna be something that we could get an engineering firm to come in here and stuff and be paying $30,000 to do it. But we don't have that, so we're gonna be doing it ourselves. And specifically, I'm gonna do it on the sewer side to start with because that's what we need right away. And then I'm gonna help Seth do the same thing on the water system because that's something that we need. The other, so yeah, the infrastructure of all the equipment and everything else that we have, and then also finally a demonstration that we have not just the managerial system in place to run the water system, but also the financial and the legal authority. So how are our ordinances and stuff? Do we have ordinances in place to legally sell water, to collect the bills that we send out to people and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a very technical, very time-consuming thing to put together. But again, what I feel is important is that this is something that the town needs, so that if I or Seth leaves, we're not just in the lurch and stuff. The next person has to start from zero and go like, what we have? Because that's what I walked into. Because I had no idea what anything is, and so there's nothing's written down. So this is something that we're going to be building on. And again, this asset management plan is a living document. So as the system evolves, as things come online and stuff, or something breaks and stuff, we can actually add to that asset management plan. So that's about all I have for now.
Ted, is that all this stuff, equipment we got and everything, is that part of our internal controls that we're supposed to have?
Yes. Yeah.
So we got 2 years, this is our second, this is the last of the 2 years, we don't have internal control.
No, we have, we have to have this in place
So
by
this is-
2030. We have internal controls. I have SOPs. Seth has SOPs on how to run the utility and stuff like that. So that's different. This is an inventory of all that equipment that we have.
But it's part of internal control, right?
Peripherally, yes, sort of.
It's more like SOPs on how to run the place.
Yeah,
run
we
the
already
business,
have
yes.
that. Yeah, and we already have that stuff. This is a level up. This is, what shape are your pumps? The wells. I mean, like, is your well pump on its last legs, or do you need a new well pump? Well, if the well pump goes, you're kind of.
It's a blueprint
You're
on
done.
where you are, what you need, where you better be looking in
Right.
the future for
So it's
money,
not-
to spend
yeah.
money and save money and all
So
that.
it's not how to run the plant day to day. It's like, where are you gonna be in 5 years?
In saying that, we need to vote. We got a contract from Baker Tilly, which we have to have with this IDEM project that Ted's talking about, and they sent us a contract. They're gonna come and do that water rate study, and this is gonna kill us, but I need a motion to approve the Baker Tilly contract, and it will not exceed $22,000.
And it's not just for this project, the EPA project. We technically need to be doing this to satisfy the legal requirements for the loans that we have for the water tower and the loans that we have for the sewer plant. So basically, we need this for that, to satisfy our loan agreements, and also to satisfy, again, the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, which requires us to have an asset
So is that a
management
full
plan.
rate
So,
study of both water
Yes.
and sewer?
Yes.
Yes.
And I need for approval for that. It may not take place until for anywhere from January to April, but it's supposed to be completed by April, so he made it sound like he might start in January. So I really need someone to give me a motion to approve the Baker
I'll
Tilly
make a
contract.
motion to approve the Baker's.
Okay, and so I have a motion on the table for the Baker Tilly contract to do the rate study for the water and the sewer. I need a second, and Floyd will second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any naysayers? Okay, so that passed, Ted.
Is Ted gonna be our go-to person with this? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's pretty detailed. We got it, and then Tina Henderson, she needed some additives to it, and then I sent it back to Baker Tilly. They added what she needed into it, and then, so I've signed it, and Ted will make sure that they get it.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Ted. All right, Mark, fire. Floyd, do you have anything from the fire department? No, Mark?
Mark goes.
Cause you got Mark, right?
That's all right. He's closer. What's that? He was jacking with me. I said you had all the details.
Just wanted to check and see if we got all the township contracts signed and back in.
I got them signed, me and her signed them and I'm mailing them out.
They had to be Mara made them, we had to have them notarized this time, which we've never had to do, so we don't have a notary here, so we had to go find a notary and get it notarized, and we did our part and got that done, so.
They'll be
and-
mailed out this week or first of next week.
And then they have to have it notarized as well, and then it will go from there, is that correct?
If we can just get a copy of those when you get them back in, so we have all the
Sure.
files, you know.
No problem.
And the other thing, just our contract with the town, so the contract extends out from year to year, the way the new contract was written up. Just looking for updates to the appendix with the dollar amounts for the fire compensation and the insurance.
Yeah, you would want to just take a verbal vote on the amended Appendix A that shows a 3% increase in the amount to be paid in 2026 to the fire department.
So even if we don't agree to the 3%?
Well, then I would vote no if we don't agree to it.
So,
And something to keep in mind on that, which I know you guys voted against the 3% raises for the employees, and I'm for the 3% raises for the employees. I know we got the Senate Enrolled Act coming up that has effects on us, but I think there is a little bit of a cushion in our monies right now. I'm not sure if it's as much as what Jimmy was saying, but from what we were talking about, it sounds like there is a cushion there to be able to work with. And I think the employees are doing a good job in town, and I think they all deserve a raise. And as far as the fire department, usually that's tied in with the township. The townships are all, I believe, being asked for raises as well. And at the end of the day, it's $800 difference between last year and this year if we did do a 3% raise. Just so
Are
that.
your individuals separate? I mean, how do you do your paying? Fire department.
What's that?
Does all of you get the same amount of money you pay the fire department?
It's based on the number of runs and meetings that we make.
So you want a 3% raise for all your town fire department?
Right. Not all the budget items. The fire compensation, it would be actually just under $800 difference between last year and this year if we did do a 3% raise.
If you give them a 3% raise, it's $800 total for all of them?
Total, yeah.
How many of them are there?
There's 20.
20 of them?
The proposed new amount would be $26,844.89.
For what, 26,000?
We were at
This year it was
26,063 last year.
just over 26,000.
26,063 was
The
last year.
proposal for 2026 is 26,844. So it's around $800.
So we done give them this year's, right?
Remember?
Yeah, we're-
2025, yes.
if we vote to, Jimmy, they'll get that 800 and some dollar, in that 3%
On
increase.
December 1st next year.
Of
Next year.
next year, yeah. But
We
if we
didn't
don't
give
vote,
our employees 3%.
correct, so is there a motion to approve the 3% raise for the fire department?
Is this coming out of what fund, the raise?
It comes out of the general fund.
Why can't that come out of the Lowett fund or something like that? It's for the fire department. Can't it come out of that instead of our general fund?
It could come out of the lower, I think.
I
What
don't,
fund do you usually
I don't
pay
think
the fire
fees, I
contract
don't
out
think
of?
salaries.
Mark's
It's not really a salary, is it? It's a contract. we pay
It's
for.
a contract payment.
January 1st.
January 1st.
Yeah, it'd be the effective date. January 1st, or December 31st, 26th.
But we're revisiting our employees 3% raise in July.
I think we should, yes, we should, yes. And I think we should
feel
do
like
everybody's in
just
July.
revisit everything in July, given that we have to have this $22,000 study done and, you know.
So then I need a motion to not approve the 3% raise for the fire department.
I like the motion to not approve it.
I need a second.
July.
We will second it, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, that's not right.
Floyd? Floyd is a negative.
they could too.
So that'll be revisited in July.
In
then.
July with everybody else's,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Which really won't affect you because it's not until December anyway.
right.
Yeah.
So why couldn't it get approved if it's not gonna be paid out till December?
Because we need to see what happens with the SB1 and what happens with our pay in July.
I got a question.
It's not-
What about the raises you asked for the town employees? Didn't they get a raise?
No.
None?
Nobody,
Nothing's raised?
nothing,
Revisit in July.
yes.
Was Floyd the only one who just sent it? You said no.
Floyd said no, everybody else said yes. Yes.
Thank you.
I thought they was asking.
Anything else from you, Mark?
Still searching for fire trucks. Randy had made a call on a couple of them. One of them was already pending sale. The other one had a pump that we're not as familiar with, so still looking for the best deal on that.
What about the
And
pump?
related to that, the pump test, which was kind of the initiative to be pushing for it when we were looking at the pump test in October. So that's continuing to be delayed. Basically where they pump the water out of, do the pump test, the levels are low on that because of the drought we had, so they haven't been able to schedule the pump test yet, so.
So you ain't gonna have it this year?
No, it won't be by the end of the year. I think a lot of it will depend on, snow melt and rain and temperature, and if it could get squeezed in between, but I would say most likely it'll probably be spring, once we
Where do
get
you
it.
have your test then?
They do it up in Pennsville. Yeah.
He will notify you and Byron and you both can be at that pump
I like
test.
to go to it.
Okay, anything else, Mark?
I believe that's it.
All right, so we can have, so no prospects on a different fire pumper yet,
Not at this time, no.
right?
Looked at a few hundred, I think, but nothing that stood out as being both what we needed and a good deal. And with the pump test being pushed back, that gives us more time to be able to continue to look versus be up against the wall like we thought we would be.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, you're up.
Alright, it's been a busy month, well, a couple of days, I guess, for the police department. Some end of the year statistics, just in the last 16 days, we've had 3 felony arrests, 10 infractions issued, 2 town ordinances, and 2 misdemeanors arrests made. So we're doing really good progress. I want to thank the reserve, Matthew Heflin. He has led a lot of everything so far. I'm using him also, he's taking care of the evidence room for us, bringing everything up to date. We are so far behind, if the state patrol came in and did an audit, probably wouldn't have a police department. So he is getting everything up to date. He'll be putting together an SOP as part of what he's being compensated for, and I'll bring it to the board hopefully in January for the board to approve. Pretty much it's going to state that the only person that will be allowed in there is who the town marshal and who the town marshal appoints. As we discussed discrepancies in the evidence room, I'll bring that up at the next executive meeting or whenever you guys want to do that. I kind of forward to a couple of town board members about bringing my reserve bond as a contract basis for 3 months, 90 days. I understand there is some difficulties happening tonight. I understand that there's some stuff going on within the town. I personally would like to use that money out of the Lowit fund, which I can use. Unfortunately, the Lowit fund doesn't go to anywhere else except the fire department. I've talked to the fire department rep already, and he doesn't necessarily have a problem. I think as long as it's going to the right place and the right thing, I think we can come to a consensus. I understand at times it's tough, but this individual just took meth off the street tonight. That's meth that's not going to go to the schools now. He took that person's in jail now. Probably won't be out for a long time. So I want y'all to think about that when y'all see people speeding around. He just pulled someone over, risked his life, pulled someone over. The least we can do is compensate him and bring it out of the Lowit fund. I'm not asking anything else, but if the town doesn't want to, I'll approve it. That's fine. I won't be no hard feelings, but I just think that he should be compensated for his skills and what he does. A lot of his, he's also training our new deputy Philomeno. He's going a long way. He's out. He's on the street too, if you see him. Also, we're not pulling anyone over. Just today, we pulled over a staff member. And I pulled over two people that have worked for the town in some capacity. So we are pulling people over. Doesn't matter if you're the town attorney or if you're the
It wasn't me.
if you live around the town. I want to say is no one's immune. So we're doing. I think that's
Get out of town quick.
yeah.
Not too quick.
But I mean, right now we're responding to. I think in this month we're responding to two domestic batteries overnight. These are at anywhere from 9:30 at night to 2 o'clock in the morning. We're doing everything we can within the limits of our. I'm just going to ask that we allow some sort of way that we can contract this individual. He does not need to go to the academy. He is already a certified police officer in the state of Indiana. He's been doing this for years, and I just need some assistance while Filomeno is in the academy. Changing Filomenos' time is not the answer. I understand that I will be taking some time off, personal time off here soon. Changing Filomenos' time, we're going to face something else down the line. We send it now and we get it done and over with before they start extending the time, which their plan is. So other than that, we've had a pretty good last couple of days. We've been on it. We've been tracking people on the road and everything. I can say the evidence room is pretty much looking good, so I'll be ready for any board members that want to check it out, because it doesn't look like it did before. We have weapons that are tagged now. We have evidence that's being destroyed because it's no longer relevant. We have evidence that needs to stay in there for the rest of our lives. So if there's anyone that wants to come down and check it out, let me know, and I'll be more than willing to show them the progress that we've done so far. Just please let me know before you come down. Don't tell me that. But that's all I got. Oh, all the partitions are in now, so if any town board member wants to get a photo with them in the back of the park, we'll organize that too. Look out for the press release for the arrest tonight. That will be on the Facebook page, and he's also running the Facebook page.
When's your deputy going to the school?
5th of January.
Well, that's something that we have to vote, we need to vote on. It can't just be set up. It's something that the council has to vote on.
We voted for it last month.
We voted for him to go to that academy last year. I don't remember that.
Can that guy you was talking about, can he fill in for the deputy when it's 8 weeks while he's down there?
Well,
Get
that's
the deputy paid?
That's my whole thing. He wants to contract the officer that he has as a reserve for 3 months, because his wife's going to be on maternity leave, so that's going to take him off. And then he would bring that officer in to help with that. But if we delay Filomeno going to academy and see how see what his work ethics are, I'm not saying that they're bad, but then that would cover Alex and his wife's baby time and still allow Filomeno. I mean, he has his 40 hours in, he can still do what he needs to do, and it would just put him off a little while so that we can get Alex through his maternity leave, if you will.
I'm not planning anything more than 2 weeks, but irregardless, shortening Filomeno's time to go to the academy is the wrong answer right now. It's just, in my opinion, it's the wrong answer. Send him now and get it done and over with, because during the summers, that's when crime really starts kicking up. I mean,
well, with the income that we have coming out and the fact that we declined to give the fire department a raise or our employees a raise, I cannot see voting or paying a 3-month contract for another officer.
and that's fine. And I would say I'm okay with it. If you don't want to, that's fine.
I want everybody else's opinion.
I'm not going to hold it over the board's head. I'm not going to go, well, we're not going to get along. It's fine. I'm okay with it. We've talked about it already. I've kind of got an idea of what everyone thinks. And that's fine, and I'm okay with it. But if I didn't bring it to the board, I'd be irresponsible on my
I
part.
understand that.
So if you don't go for it, that's fine. I'm not gonna get upset about it. It's just business.
Right.
But if he goes to school January the 5th, then this guy's gonna take over from him for January the 5th for 2 months when he's in school. And then you're going on maternity leave.
Not paternity, but
Jimmy's trying to tell you something.
No, I mean, we ain't gonna have
Be
time.
back in, we'll have to work.
I'm trying to avoid that right now. We do have we have another reservist.
Is he gonna
Unfortunately,
fill in for you all?
he can't because he has obligations, but he consistently works every other weekend.
That's why
And I'm
I
okay
really
with
think
that. I'm
that we
great
need to postpone him going to academy until summertime.
But he just said that they were gonna extend the time with the academy. They're gonna make it longer, right?
Their plan is to make it longer by a couple of weeks, and I don't know when
But
that's
it's not in
going to get.
stone yet as to when that will take effect.
And his spot is already reserved, which I think is good because when I was there, they were maxed out with all the people in the hospitals because they send their people all at once.
I'm just trying to help you. I mean, because I don't feel like that we can contract another officer for 3 months just to cover those things while he's gone, when we can certainly not have to put out that kind of money and push him back a little bit and get you through the maternity leave.
Look, I'm not worried about my paternity leave as much. Then I mentioned to you also that just pulling it out of my discretionary funding that I am authorized to spend every month. Obviously, it won't be what it would be, but taking out at least that every month, not the full amount, but something every month to compensate the officer.
I don't think we should postpone sending Jonathan down there. I think we should get his ass down there, get it done, and get him back here.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way I feel about it.
That's
And
fine.
if you don't want to vote for it, that's fine, I'm okay with it. But I would be more against postponing him sending down the academy.
Alright. Well, how do you feel about,
He's already registered, ain't he?
yeah,
Down academy,
yeah, but we haven't paid no funds yet, which I mean, we're not out money, I'm just.
but he is registered to
He
go.
is, of course,
His
yeah,
spot's there and ready to go.
yeah.
So,
I say send him.
Well, he's asking for permission to contract our reservist for 3 months.
Okay, so what about just contract him for the time that you're off on leave?
I just don't feel
Was
like
it
that's
2
right if
weeks?
we're not getting, no,
Yeah.
he's
3 weeks.
saying 3 months.
No,
You're saying to contract him for 3 months.
No, I
No,
Right?
she's saying for the time that I'm on
So,
paternity
yeah,
leave.
like Philomene is at the academy, and then Heath is off for the baby. And then during that time, he's unavailable, Philomene is unavailable, we contract the other fella to fill in while he's off.
I mean, he's already a reserve, so
Right.
if you, so you're just saying to not use him as a reserve, to use him as a regular paid employee.
For that time that he is off.
Does he work another job?
I mean, what do you think about that? Is
That is personal reason. I can talk to you later about that.
Okay.
But he's not on the Brady list or anything. Like, I'm sure that's why he's reserved. I'm okay with that.
Is that,
I don't know, I
Like,
just.
I mean, it
One
gives us
person covering
coverage.
everything.
It depends, how much money are you talking about?
I don't know.
I mean, are you talking about,
For 3 weeks, a month, I don't know how much
what,
that
what,
costs.
what does
I
the
don't know.
salary ordinance say for,
$20.60 per hour for your deputy marshal. Which I think is where we have to, you don't have a section to pay a stipend to a reserve in your salary ordinance.
correct.
So it's 2 weeks, $800 a week, $60,000.
And you said that you can get that money from where?
Well, it still has to come out of our fundage, whatever. He was trying to say that he gets $500 a month that he can spend anywhere he wants to, and he wanted to use that money, but, it's still coming out of the general fund, so if he wasn't buying anything, it would stay in the general fund, if that makes sense. You're still talking about $6,600 a month, or a week, so you're taking, I'm taking 2060. I'm sorry. I took it for a month. I took it for a month, I'm sorry. Let me clear that up, so. Right, 60 times
Then that's a
40
month.
I don't think you get paid that much.
20 and 60 times.
That's why I didn't do for all the paperwork.
So you're talking about, yeah, we're talking
Send the check.
$1,650
That's what I think.
for a 2-week time. Now, but is he gonna wanna do it? Is he gonna, that's a lot of paperwork to do for 2 weeks, I'm just saying.
Find out if they do.
How much was it?
1,600 and something for 2 weeks while he's off. I'm just trying to help come up with a solution that would, you know.
That's the only solution we've got so far. I can see.
Like I said, I'm okay if the town board doesn't want to do it, it's fine. I'll figure something else out. You know, it's not the end of the world.
Say vote on it.
Yeah. There's two that already won. Is there a motion to do it?
I make a motion to pay $1,600 for filming for him while you have live saving.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Floyd seconds it. All in favor? I say no. So, for 2 weeks it passed.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's if
Just while
I'm
he's
off for 2 weeks.
While he's on
40 hours
paternity
a
leave.
week.
At 40, yeah, 40 hours a week for 2 weeks.
Nothing else. Thank you.
40 hours a week.
Okay.
Gloria, it's up to you. Do you have anything to talk, any business to talk about?
Skip Jenny. Mark.
Oh, I did skip Jenny. Jenny, I skipped you. I put a check mark on it and I skipped you, so Jenny, Mark.
Okay, the only thing new I have is I printed off the applications and I brought them. So if anybody wants any, or wants one, I have them right here.
To be on the park board?
Yes, I'm sorry, to be on the park board. And then I will take some and give them to Gloria to put up at town hall.
Yeah, right.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all I
Okay,
got.
I'm really sorry, Jenny. Okay,
That's
Gloria,
okay.
anything from you? Okay. Well, for public comments, I know that we have a list here, and so Lee Funkhauser. Yes.
I was wondering if you're still gonna do the adjustments for the water.
We have voted that we do not do adjustments for water. We can look into that at the next meeting. I'll talk to you about that. And I say that I think that maybe we should change that and do an adjustment if it comes to council based on a one-on-one situation. Because there are situations where I believe that adjustments are needed.
Justified.
Yes, are justified, but it's not in every case, it's a one-on-one case.
I thought we had an ordinance in there.
So, yeah, so I'm now gonna ask Pete to amend the ordinance that, if there's an adjustment requested, that it be brought to council, and that council will decide, is it a 10% adjustment, a 20% adjustment, how much we're going to adjust, based on a situation, yes. We have an ordinance, he'll just amend it, it'll just amend the ordinance.
So you'll be
So
changing.
we are going to try to amend that ordinance based on certain circumstances.
So some people's gonna get 10%, and other people might get 40%, or how's this work?
It depends on how big the leak is and how much of an adjustment we feel like that we should be give them based on how we do it now. Whether it's just through the water or just through the sewer or both sewer and water,
So everybody be treated different?
depending on the case, yes.
And everybody's paying the bills, then?
Well, not everybody's asking for an adjustment though, Jimmy.
I just thought everybody asked for adjustment when they had a leak.
Yeah, but right now, as it was always before we came on, before we were council, the adjustments were, if it was only on the town side did they get an adjustment. They didn't get an adjustment if it was on the customer side. That's the way the ordinance was before we came on board, and then we changed that.
Everybody's got a leak.
Oh, not everybody has leaks, sweetheart.
That's what I said. If you got a leak,
So we are gonna work on that and have him amend that so that it's based on circumstances, so that the council can say, yes, we can do an adjustment instead of an overall no.
How much was your bill?
I'm not sure, the leak occurred on Sunday and wasn't able to have anybody come down because it was Sunday, and then Monday, it was 20 degrees, had to wait And by the time I got it rigged up to shut it off, you know, not to shut it off, but to keep it from leaking as bad. And I had to go, so I rescheduled out at the town hall to come out for the water people to come out Thursday and shut it off at 3 so I can fix it right.
So you had 5 days of a leak?
2.
Do you have them $1 million smart meters?
Yeah, see, this is a circumstance that I'm talking about. See, you had cold weather. You weren't able to allow someone to turn your water off. So that's
Right.
what I'm saying. These are the types of situations that I'm talking about that will probably deserve an adjustment.
And, you know, in the past, you know, years back in Redkey, you know, we don't have a main shut off due to the house because you could just go out to your water pit and shut it off and turn it on, you know, on your property. And now you can't do that anymore. You have to wait.
So you do have a main shut off on your stuff now though, right?
No.
So we
That's what
need,
the,
we
pur- that's,
have
what,
to,
that's what the purpose of me going back on Thursday is. We're waiting until the weather's fit so that they can install one.
but you will
Yes.
have one,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Perfect.
But you ain't got your bill yet, right?
No.
This just happened.
It's just happened Sunday.
So we'll bring it to the next meeting and we will do
We had
an
adjustments
amendment
last
and an
meeting,
adjustment.
Board.
Yeah.
Did you read out adjustments last
We had an
meeting?
adjustment last meeting.
4 of them?
Huh?
We had a,
We had those because those were at the end of putting in the smart meters.
That's
And
right.
Jess, remember that? So those were at the end where they were still regular meters to smart meters and no one caught the leak before the smart meter got put in. That's why those last adjustments came in, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
you should let her talk because sometimes the smart meters don't always tell you, do they, Jess?
So yeah, with our system, initially we thought that we were going to be seeing this stuff real time. So for people that have been having leaks in the middle of the night, things like that. If we go in the next morning, there's instances where I'm not seeing for like 25 hours. So I might get on Tuesday, but I'm only seeing up to Sunday evening. So if they had a leak Monday, I'm not going to know that coming in that next day, like we thought that we were going to.
That's
So
why
we
we
don't
need
have
to
that
amend
real
this.
time.
Yeah, that's
And
why,
then
that's why
also-
we need this amendment so it can be based on circumstances.
Well, I thought they said we'd know in 15 minutes if we had a leak.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
That's what I thought.
We were supposed to be getting.
But we don't
alerts
have
and
somebody
things like
working
that. We're not
24/7, right? We don't have people
getting- No,
working
but Steph and I, we
24/7.
check Neptune over the weekend.
You do check
Saturdays
everything?
and Sundays.
Yes. For instance, Saturday morning at 10:30, I logged on. I was seeing, was it Thursday at 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
I still wasn't even seeing anyone's usage from Friday.
So there, and then that's, and to
And
add on to
that
that,
needs to be reported to Scott so we can see what the
but that, we
situation
can't do
is.
nothing with it because we only have one tower. If we had multiple towers, you would have a lot more pickup.
They
Having
never
one
told us
tower-
that when we paid that kind of money for the system.
We
No,
paid
that's
for
where we're at
it.
now.
Yeah, but
And
that's
I-
where we're at now.
Well, that's why we need to reach out to Scott and see if there is something that we can do to fix that situation. All right? Will you just put a call out to Scott just to see what he says? Please and thank you. I appreciate it. But we are gonna work on amending that and you can bring your bill to next month. We'll bring the bill to next month's meeting.
Okay.
All right? You're welcome. Bill Hall. Hi,
Hello.
you ready for Christmas? Ready for Christmas?
Yeah, not me. Mary not ready. I like this.
Nice. Thank you for putting it together. I appreciate you.
Didn't take long. Mary read the instructions up the screws there. I would put the flag thing up, but I didn't know whether that was for here or.
It's for you.
Yeah, so, yeah. Well, I want to give you all a little update on the Hometown Heroes project. First off, I want to thank the town board for approving the purchase of the brackets that holds the banners. So last week, I think it was Thursday, I went to Wilshire, Ohio, and placed an order for the brackets, which will end up holding, well, it's 12 sets, which will hold 24 veterans banners. It's going to take about 30 days to have these made, and they'll give me a call once they're made, and the payment will be due when I pick them up, Wilshire, Ohio. And one other thing I wanted to say, I placed applications for the banners in different places throughout the town, at Citadels, and for City Hall, City Building, and Mark's Place, Redkey Junction, and the post office, and also at the Portland Chamber of Commerce. We put this information out on social media about the applications and where to get them at, but I would like to have a little bit of help on getting the word out. I plan on talking to Rob Weaver maybe one day next week and see if we can get a little bit of radio input on this, and maybe a little bit of newspaper. So if we can get all that done, hopefully this takes off and we can fill Nurian Street with banners next year. So.
That ain't gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's a great thing, and
Yeah.
we're glad that you're taking control of it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Have we had any families that have,
I got a lot of interest in it so far. We've got a few people that are for sure gonna do it, and so good.
it's a little bit of a cost, right? Like, is it like $75 for the banners?
$45.
$45.
$45, and you gotta send your picture of the military picture in, and you'll get that picture back. But one thing that I didn't disclose at that last month on the meeting was this is a one-time thing on these banners. If it gets destroyed, they'll replace that at no charge. So, and they're made of good vinyl material, but if it gets ripped and somebody blows a hole through one of them or something for that, it'll get replaced free. This is Krista Mollenkamp's organization will do that for free. We'll fund that, so.
Thank you.
Yep, that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Roger, did you still want to talk, or do you want to talk
Yeah, I
afterwards?
do. I didn't see my name on the list, but I did call Gloria right at the last minute.
She's got, I don't know if they want it on the list, or they want me to sign in, I don't know what they
What
want.
we've been talking about is property, some of the property of the Little League stuff's on my property. I got a survey, Floyd seen where it was, and there's a stake there, and this stake down's missing. And Bill and I looked for it the other day with the metal detector, can't find it, so I gotta do something different. But originally, Brenda had asked me about a copy of the survey, and I gave her a copy, but I want it back. Cause
I just wrote all over it.
I don't care, I'd like to have it back. And I want to explain the reason why, because the deal of it was, when we talked about it originally before, you said, I get a copy, I saw split the cost with you.
Yeah, we already voted to split the cost.
But I,
Well, Gloria, we write the check
We have-
out, all you gotta do is go out and
check
get
is
it.
on that point, well, really, I just soon have it back, really, the way this is going. I don't think it's going a good way. I just seem like to have my copy back.
Alright.
If you want to get a survey, you know.
Roger,
get
I
a
thought we
survey.
just talked about that before, and that we had a plan in place. I'm not understanding where this is coming from.
Well,
We thought the lawyer
you know,
was, I mean, I
just-
can't see my paper to remember my words, but I thought the lawyer was gonna come up with a hold harmless contract for the sides where, you know, people were parking so that you could not be held liable for that.
right,
And that we were
that's
gonna,
not,
and that we were gonna try to purchase 30 feet from the back of
I'll just
the.
put it, like say, I'll just put it this way. Just stay off my property.
Roger,
That's actually
Roger.
the best bet.
Let me ask you a question.
That's the best bet. Everybody just stay off his property.
Okay, I got this parcel right
Well,
here.
you have to move your fence, cause it's on my
Okay,
property.
listen then.
Well, I'm just saying.
Where is this coming
Just a
from?
minute. I got a copy right here, Roger. You bought this January 1st of 1900. You sold it to us January 31st, 2006. You sold us 6 lots. Lot 8, 9, 10, and 25, 26,
Where they at,
27.
Jimmy?
Evans, second edition.
Where they at?
It says right here, it's just a minute, and I'll read it to you. It starts right there at Central, and ends Central Avenue and Elm Street. It goes right straight across there, 6 lots. This is it right here. You sold it to the town.
That's where the old diamond, this
So
is.
this deed here says it starts right down there.
That's where the water tower is, that deed. That's where your water tower, I own those lots right there.
Okay, then this is what
That's what
I,
that is.
okay.
Because I hadn't sold, none of this over here, we've always farmed it. But when I originally bought the property, them lots over there, and the reason which it's beyond, it's already done with the water tower. But what I wanted to do with it, when I sold it to the town, the impression was, we coached our kids pee-wee football out the elementary. We had to go down through there. I wanted them to put a practice soccer field and a pee-wee football field there. Or,
Where the water tower is?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the water tower's there. That was my plan, and I thought, you know, we talked about with other, I coached my kids pee-wee football, you know, and all the other kids that played football, we always had to go down to school, and you had to play out there in the big field, you know, and it couldn't drive out there, you couldn't do it, it was just a bad deal. I thought, what a better place to be, right here by the park. You got restrooms, you know, people come and have like practice field or even games and for soccer and football. But that's not what happened.
So you sold us 6 lots where the water tower's at?
Yeah, that was what you're talking about.
This is what I'm talking about, and starts right there. Central Avenue's going this way. Elm Street's right there. If you go down to Elm Street, and you go right straight across there, 6 lots, that's what you sold us.
That's the water tower.
The water tower,
Yeah. That's the water tower.
Okay.
That's the water tower.
So how many lots is on that water tower?
There were 6 lots, 5 or 6 lots. And
The
there's,
water tower?
yeah.
Whole area.
I didn't sell nothing on that side. I didn't sell that. That's the field. Only thing they did there was, when it goes back to when basically I was on town board and Bill Buser, and the ones that played Little League there when I played, like where third base dugout was, the bean field was only like, what, 20 feet? And then they took, the other company sold them part of that where the line is now. But
I'm still not understanding, because I thought we had an agreement before all this, and we haven't even talked about it, and now you're mad.
no, what our agreement was to do that, but it wasn't what you're talking about, what the area was.
I wrote down everything that we said on the paper.
Yeah. Well, like I say,
So, the $250 for which was half of what you said the survey was, we already voted to give you that money. Last meeting while you were here, we voted to pay you the $250 for part of the survey.
He has a hearing problem also.
So, I mean, all you have to do is go up to the city building and pick up your check.
why couldn't it have been mailed to me?
I didn't have anything,
I mean, that was a month ago.
I didn't know that
But it was
I didn't have
voted,
an invoice,
so
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
She would have to have an invoice in order to pay it. Do you have something you
show-
can give her?
Can you show what you paid and then I'll put down that, you know,
So
we
in other
agreed to
words,
pay
you have
that.
an
Well,
invoice
I
from
have-
your surveyor.
What my bill was, I just got this today and faxed to me. And I do have a copy, but my bill for the surveyor was $528, I think. I mean, I don't have it with me, but.
Okay, well, you just bring
Yeah.
something up and then I'll make
Take
it.
to
That's what
the
it was.
Yeah, no problem.
But
That's the state board of accounts thing. She can't
I'm
cut
just,
you a check without an invoice.
I will say this,
I didn't know
I
that.
wanna thank this man and his teams, because he has been slowing traffic down on one
He's doing a wonderful job.
and around. So we're on that end of town, and the trucks are, I'm not knocking trucks because I drive truck, but cars and trucks fly down through there. And you know, and I know it's grain season, and here they come, and they don't slow down, they don't stop, they just keep moving.
Yeah, you don't have to be grain season, they fly down.
Well, they still do, yeah, they still do.
Well, some of them even admit that they never stop at the stop signs and stuff. They tell the police officers that out of their own mouth.
Well, like I said, but I just don't think this went right. I don't really like, even though with this, what he suggested, I just soon not have it and then stay off of it.
Liable, he said liable.
I think
I think that's
Yeah.
better to have.
So, but when you're talking about that, it's not us, the council that is on it, it's the Little League. So somebody needs to address the Little League.
Yeah.
So maybe Roger we need to invite them to the Little League
Yeah.
people to the next meeting, and Roger needs to address that with
Yeah,
them.
cause that's done.
So, all right, there is no more public comments. Is nobody signed a paper? Is anybody signed signatures on a paper down there? Okay. All
I
right,
got one
so,
thing real quick, just to put in the board's mind, I have to replace the backlight. Like I sent a picture to you of the Durango. I have to do that here in the next 2 months. I'll get some quotes. We're looking at the lower end of $300, higher end of $1,000. There is an ongoing lawsuit pertaining to that part required, sir, so we could get some money back.
thank
But
you.
I'll let you know next.
All right, thank you. All right, so now we're to council comments, and I know Jimmy, you had some things that you wanted to discuss.
I got 5 things, but I'm only gonna give one.
Okay,
It's gonna be long, this is gonna be short.
okay.
1990, Gene Stegman and the Redkey Town Board and the County Council.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but wait a second, but what's it about? What's it
Let me
pertaining
read
to?
it, and you'll find out.
Okay.
In 1990, Gene Stegman and the Redkey Town Board and the County Council bought 72 acres, and it was called the Redkey Industrial Park. We rented it $2, and then we sold some farm equipment. The guy $1 was rented. Later, the fish factory came along. Later on, they changed the name in the game. It was called the Redkey Economic Commission. They charged us dues of about $15,900. They loaned us $30,000 for a fence, and they made us pay it all back. Then they loaned $30,000 to old man. But anyway, I want the Redkey Industrial Park to come back home. And I want the $1.5 million that they got put back in the clerk treasurer's office.
So you're saying that the
I'm
Redkey
saying right there
Industrial,
what I said.
wait a minute, you're saying the Redkey Industrial Park belongs to the town of Redkey, and
Well-
somehow it got switched over to the Redkey Economic Dues,
Economic development.
But it was the
Said
Redkey Industrial Park.
right?
And that's who bought it and paid for it, and Redkey put the water lines out there and the sewer lines out there, and they rented $1 for him selling farm equipment. Then they sold fish factory land. But I want the Redkey Industrial Park put back out.
So how do we find out how it got transferred over to the
I
Redkey
don't know,
Economic Development?
I've been 2 years. and
Well, I guess I'm asking
I can
Mara
get the
that.
tax statements from them.
How do we,
Title search.
a title search? Okay, so can you,
What's
do
the
that?
address, Jimmy?
What is the address of the
6
Redkey
and 7
Industrial
out
Park?
there. I've got, I'll get with you afterwards. I've got some deeds and stuff I'll show you.
Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about, Jimmy?
I've got 4 things, but that's too late in the game. Merry
Okay.
Christmas,
All
everybody.
right, thank you. And then, Bill and Mary Hall, can you come up, please? Byron?
Come on up front.
Get up there.
Guys and girls.
Mary and your husband.
Certificate of recognition. You guys just do an outstanding job.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm so proud to have you doing it. So the town has got your certificate of recognition. Of course, Bill, you're first because you told.
Now, wait a minute.
He
He's not
said you do it.
first.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. You can do that, I got a marker if you want to do that.
Thank you, everybody. Let me go back, I have a way to do a lot too. Exactly. All right, I believe that's everything for us, so this meeting is adjourned. Merry Christmas.